Welcome back to my stand-up channel. President Trump's 29-year-old body man took control of personnel in the final days of the administration, hiring beautiful young women and geeky guys that were called the Rockettes and the Dungeons and Dragons, a new book says. With the White House in disarray in Trump's final year in office, Johnny McEntee, 29, emerged seemingly out of nowhere to become head of the ultra-powerful Presidential Personnel Office, according to The Final Act of the Trump Show by ABC's chief D.C. correspondent, Jonathan Karl. The MAGA fanatic, whose former job was carrying Trump's luggage on trips, was A.F. King Idiot, a high-level cabinet secretary told Karl in an excerpt published by The Atlantic on Tuesday. But McEntee convinced the commander-in-chief that he was the man to ferret out secret never-Trumpers, who had infiltrated the White House, and soon became what a senior administration official described as deputy president, the bombshell book claims. The Make America Great Again diehard, a former quarterback for the University of Connecticut, filled his office with a bevy of young beauties, hiring what a source called the Rockettes and the Dungeons and Dragons group. Karl says his staff included the most beautiful 21-year-old girls you could find, a senior White House official said, and they apparently needed only one qualification for the job: they had to love Trump. One of his aides was a former Radio City Music Hall Rockette who performed in the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade in Manhattan in 2019. Her resume consisted of a stint as a White House intern and a job as a dance instructor, the book says. McEntee also hired then 20-year-old conservative Instagram influencer Cameron Kinsey as his external relations director. Kinsey later said in an interview, "Only in Trump's America could I go from working in a gym to working in the White House, because that's the American dream." McEntee soon became the deputy president, a senior source told Karl. McEntee relished his political muscle and made no bones about flexing it, Karl writes. An insider quipped that in addition to the comely young women, the handsome McEntee hired guys who would be absolutely no threat to Johnny in going after those girls. The book claims that uber-Trump loyalist McEntee made his chops playing on Trump's fears about deep state schemers close to home. Some Trump aides privately compared the PPO under McEntee to the East German Stasi or even the Gestapo, always on the lookout for traitors within, says the book, set to be released next week. One White House underling learned of the officer's alleged rabid fervor the hard way. The young woman liked an Instagram post by Taylor Swift, a Joe Biden supporter, and the gesture was deemed so alarming the White House Chief of Staff Mark Meadows received a phone call about it in the middle of a Senate confirmation hearing for Trump Supreme Court pick Amy Coney Barrett. To the enforcers of Trumpian loyalty, this was a sign of treachery in the ranks, Karl writes, adding that the enforcers were in McEntee's office. It's not clear what happened to the staffer, an assistant at the Federal Department of Housing and Urban Development. McEntee, as head of the PPO, oversaw the hiring and firing of about 4,000 political appointees in the White House after landing the coveted position around February 2020, The Atlantic said. He had begun working for the administration in 2018 as Trump's baggage handler, only to soon be fired after his FBI background check discovered he'd failed to report suspiciously large sums of money tied to gambling, Karl writes. But McEntee apparently was never far from Trump's radar. The president personally requested him to lead the PPO in early 2020, over the objections of some staffers. Challenged over hiring McEntee, Trump blew up. "You people never f***ing listen to me," the president blistered, according to the book. "You're going to f***ing do what I tell you to do." When other more experienced aides with knowledge of constitutional law warned Trump he could not legally overturn the 2020 presidential election results, McEntee texted Vice President Mike Pence's chief of staff on Jan. 1, 2021, listing all the reasons why he thought the president should attempt it. As McEntee boasted confidently when first asked to take the post, "People have been telling me I should do that for a long time. I didn't feel ready before, but I am 29 now and I'm ready," he said, according to Karl. McEntee did not return emails seeking comment from the Post on Tuesday. The phone number listed for him did not pick up. Source: nypost.com. Please like, share and subscribe. Thank you for watching.